In this video, we'll share fantastic news, but also some terrible news as well. If you only want to see the good stuff and don't want to see the bad stuff, then of course, halfway through the video, you can click off.
Let's review the AES real-world test. First up is the NIO ET. Just before hitting the pedestrian, it triggered AES and avoided perfectly. Next up is the Stellato S. AEB braking was thrilling. Dummy narrowly escaped. Li Auto L9's first test. AEB triggered, stopping steadily in front. NIO ET7's second test. Stable performance. AES avoided risk calmly.
Let's look at the Stellato S9 again.
It braked, but not completely. Li Auto L9's second challenge. Overall, NIO ET7's AES seems safer.
So the AES function is a new feature they recently added along with the AEB that they've always had. AES stands for Automatic Emergency Steering, and this is of course something that Tesla has been known to do, which is to sort of dodge and avoid traffic. And this is definitely getting some good traction here in China, and obviously, it's helping prevent accidents as well, which is very, very nice. Now, I also got apparently, according to a lot of employees from NIO, Xpeng, and Li Auto, we got the annual bonuses that they're each receiving. Now, for NIO, apparently, most people are only getting 1 month of bonus. So the annual bonus is only equivalent to 1 month of their salary. Some of them get 1.5, but then apparently Xpeng has been giving their employees about 2 months of salary as their annual bonus, and Li Auto has given about 8 months of annual salary for 8 months of their monthly salary as their bonus. So this now, definitely is there's very always good two because sides to less a coin. cash burn for NIO. The good side, there's also the unfortunate side, which I also have to share with you because I feel like I'm very obligated to give a voice to what's actually happening. So some people have been complaining about the newest update, how things have sort of gone backwards and things have not improved but have gotten worse, both here in China and Europe. So let's first talk about China and then we'll talk about Europe. I know a lot of European NIO owners are extremely frustrated, and in this video, of course, I'll provide a voice for them and share some of what they said. Okay, but here in China, it appears that the new 3.1.0 version promised very good autonomous driving, but some people were very disappointed. Now, let me show you this clip online.
Rumors suggest a major update to the autopilot system is coming, promising industry-leading performance. However, after the update, users found no noticeable improvements, contradicting the hype and causing widespread disappointment. Officials explained that everything is on schedule, urging patience. They emphasized future chip performance will far exceed competitors, with double the power of Huawei and quadruple that of Tesla. The new hardware boasts 3G LiDAR and 2000T computing power. Yet the actual autopilot experience hasn't improved despite impressive specs.
Well, one thing I can say for certain is that there are a lot of people complaining about 3.1.0, the latest software. But, of course, NIO's never intending for something to be worse than the previous version. So, I think over time it's going to improve a lot, but it is actually true. Yes, people are complaining about this here in China, and it seems like it's widespread disappointment. Now, what about Europe? Now, this is what's really frustrating for me personally, okay? Okay, so this is a new European owner, also a subscriber. He's giving me updates about the state of NIO in Europe. Noticing a lot of people in the NIO app start off by loving NIO and their new car. As it goes on, people start hating it more and more because of bad quality, rusting, and stuff. NIO Europe under fire again, released by 2.4.0, huge downgrade for Pilot. We'll listen to what other NIO owners have to say. Also very buggy, everything. A guy from Belgium bought a new EL8, already came with defects and bad build quality. Now, my build quality for my NIO has been absolutely fantastic, but that's just my car, okay? The pilot keeps breaking up randomly, steering to opposite lanes. It's like the pilot downgraded into beta mode. So here is what another person has said. The biggest problem, however, concerns changes in the area of autonomous driving. The update shows significant weaknesses here. The vehicle drives more restlessly and loses track more often for no apparent reason, particularly on construction sites or when changing lanes. Once lost traces are sometimes not found at all. And constant blinking in the cockpit is extremely distracting. Okay, and then another one. For me, the negative aspects clearly outweigh the positive ones of autonomous driving. This update feels like a step backwards in this area. It is particularly disappointing that NIO, despite its claim to be a premium brand, does not address the obvious and well-known mistakes in layout, translation, and autonomous driving. For me, this is a clear no-go and leaves the impression of a lack of quality control. I sincerely hope the future updates focus on fixing these fundamental issues and not continue to introduce new features that could in turn introduce bugs. NIO should first establish a clean and stable system before further innovations are made. And then people are downgrading back to 2.3.4. They also postponed the release in the Netherlands, most likely because of this. Yeah. So does someone else posted how to roll back to 2.3.5? So obviously not exactly going super well. But here, I feel like their expansion is not doing so well. Okay. My right side of the window doesn't close properly. I feel like the whole Europe app is just complaining about bad service, bad updates, feeling like we're not being heard, and response is always we're working on it. So here, NIO admitting that the update is not up to standard and telling people not to regret updating. LOL. Okay. So this is, of course, an email. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is pretty nice, okay? This is some of the comments that some of the NIO owners made. I've just returned from a long trip with the EL7, and unfortunately, I have to say the driver assistance function has become much worse for me, too. The car is restless, the lane departure corrections are unpredictable, I had phantom brakes, and the distance to the vehicle in front was adjusted arbitrarily. Another nuisance, which probably has nothing to do with the new update, is that when the windscreen is dirty, especially when driving on wintry roads, the amount of water and the spray pressure of the mop washer system are not sufficient to remove the dirt. I had to stop and clean with water by hand so I could continue driving. Unfortunately, there's still no feedback from NIO. This behavior is more than embarrassing and absolutely does not meet the requirements of a premium provider. This is how you burn off your existing customers and multipliers massively. But if you can and want to, go for it. Of course, with the V checkmark, the blue V checkmark means verified NIO owner. So this is these are all verified NIO owners complaining about this. And man, I mean, like, what should I say, man? I mean, it's not the first time this has happened. Okay, all right. And I'm sure NIO has, like they've said, the best hardware in the world in terms of processing power, hands down, guaranteed. But the software is, does not do it justice. That's the best way I can put it, okay? And obviously, the software team, they gotta really get their slack together and try to improve this as much as they can. Okay, both in China and Europe, and we don't want to see people complaining about, their cars like this. Come on, like this is just not good. Okay, so I hope that NIO can get their act together and fix this because this is not good. Definitely not good. But what do you guys make of it? I am just sharing with you what's happening, and my perspective has always been. Yes, the software is behind, but you don't really buy the car for the software. You buy it for the quality. You buy it for battery swap, the great service, which I still maintain the fact that they have all of these. Okay, as always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.